It's time for my Q&A.
The Undead Gamer.
Hey, what is up guys, Rob the Undead Gamer here, and thank you so much. The great response I've had to this, to me wanting to do a Q&A. Literally couldn't have done it without you, because obviously I need you guys to ask the questions for my answers. Logic. So sorry it's taken me a while to actually do this, but I've got to a stage where I've got a nice set of questions and I'm going to answer them all in full. And I'm just over the moon that it's been so successful with you guys. And you guys want to ask me questions, so thank you. So without further ado, I suppose we should just jump into the questions. I will say that I did say that it was fine for you to ask more than one question. So what I'm going to do is answer each person, if they asked more than one question, that is, answer their questions sort of all in one go. So there won't be sort of question one, it would just be, question one will be a set of questions from first person, if that makes sense. Let's do this. And question the first comes from Broken Abyss on the Twitters, and he or she asks, what is your opinion on the new Nintendo 3DS, and also what's your favourite Final Fantasy? So my opinion on the new 3DS, or the new Nintendo 3DS. One, it's just a ridiculous, stupid name, like the new Nintendo 3DS. I mean, come on Nintendo, how original do you want to be today, ever? And also slightly annoyed by it because I recently got a new DS, or a 3DS for myself, or for Christmas I got it. And now this new one comes out with a little nubbin on it, and I'm just like, well, god damn it, the little nubbin on it. Not that I knew when it was being released anyway, so nothing to do with, it's just frustrating. But either way, I'm not fussed either way. I mean, it's kind of good that it's got the little nubbin now. I guess it makes things like playing on Monster Hunter 10 times easier, but hopefully it doesn't hinder Majora's Mask, because I want to get that game and don't want to be buying a new DS out of ease of use, because that would be silly. And what is my favourite Final Fantasy game? It's Final Fantasy X. It's my favourite Final Fantasy game. My first Final Fantasy game. Blah blah. Question the second comes from Mr. Singularity Josh, and he asks, what breed is your cat? What are your other hobbies outside of YouTube? And are there any more collaborative Let's Plays coming to the channel? So first things first, what breed is my cat? My cat is a Bengal cat. He's actually sleeping right behind me. Oh. And my other hobbies outside of YouTube and outside of gaming, I suppose. The biggest one would probably be acting, I suppose, as a hobby, but more as a hobby that I want to be. I'm working towards it being a profession. Also music, I like playing and writing my own music when I'm inspired. And aside from that, the biggest hobby that I probably have is LARPing, so live action roleplay, which if you've been following my channel, you know I do, and you know a little bit about it, so yeah. And finally, are there any more collaborative Let's Plays coming to the channel? I don't know for certain, but I hope there will be something. See, at the moment we're doing more in the north. Other things may be in the pipeline to come, but we will see. No plans, but yes, is the answer. Question the third comes from Mr. Minty Lamb, from Minty Lamb Gaming, who, by the way, if you've not seen his streams, go check him out on the Twitches, and also go find his channel, links and stuff, because he's new, love him, appreciate him, love his face, because he will love yours in an appropriate way. So Minty asks, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? What are your views on budget cuts in the armed forces and emergency services? And also, what is your favourite food? So if I was an animal, what sort of animal would I be? I would probably be a cat, because they are the laziest and most selfish animals probably ever. But they can sleep all day, do absolutely nothing with their lives, and demand food and be like, yo, you human, feed me. That's life. So my views on the budget cuts to the armed forces and emergency services, bit of a random one. I think it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I've got sort of personal connections with people who are part of either the armed forces or the sort of emergency services, that's the police, the fire brigade, hospital things. I don't think it's terrible, because if, you know, the more cuts there are, the less chance people have to do their jobs, and the less sort of secure people are in their jobs, and the sort of shit that they're pulling and taking out of the emergency services, which are vital parts of people doing their job or actually having a living, is disgusting. It's terrible, and it needs to stop. Hopefully that answers your question. And what is my favourite food? My favourite food is probably a toss-up between pizza and Chinese food. I don't know. It's just, that is probably the hardest question I've been asked. What is your favourite food? I love food. Feed me. How do you choose? Probably be pizza or Chinese if I had to choose a thing. And if I had to choose a type of pizza, it'd definitely be like barbecue sort of pizza. Love barbecue pizza with a stuffed crust. And a type of Chinese, oh, I love chow mein, I love noodles, so that's definitely in the mix there. And I don't know, because I sort of order something different every time. There's not one sort of dish within Chinese food that I just like think, oh, it's my jam, except for noodles. I mean, noodles are my jam. Question the fourth comes from Mr. Ryan, the fan of the Facebook page, and he asks, if you could ever have a theme tune, what would you make it like, except for your starting intro? He also asks the second question, but I'll get into that later because they're quite long questions. But what would my starting theme be if it wasn't the one I already had? It'd probably be something that was a little bit similar to the Humble Gamers. I love his intro music, that sort of like fast-paced, sort of real punky type kick in the teeth theme tune. I mean, mine's pretty damn sick and pretty damn fast, but I don't know, it'd be something like that if I couldn't have the one I already got. And the second question he asks is my favourite fantasy character, and if you had the chance, would you either meet them, kill them, or marry them? Bit of an odd question, but my favourite sort of fantasy character would probably have to be Aragorn, and I would like to meet him. Contrary to popular belief, but no, I just love Aragorn as a character. He's such an awesome character. He's got his shit right, he knows what he stands for, and he's true to that, and he's just a total legend. I'd love to meet him, probably be his friend if I lived in Middle-earth. That's something I would try to do. I would want to be his friend. Question the fifth comes from Artemis Triad. I've said that totally wrong. I'm so sorry. Artemis Tristad or Tristad. Artemis, don't hate me. And he asks, or she asks, what server do I play on Lotro? Not that I've played Lotro in a very long time, and again, it's not been on the channel for a very long time, and it sucks because I love that game so much and I really want to play it. But I play on the Laurelin server, which is like an English-speaking roleplay server, because that was sort of like one of my stipulations. I wanted to join like a roleplay server because I do enjoy a little bit of roleplay. So Laurelin is the server I'm part of. Question the sixth comes from Mr. Mario Panate 27. I probably said your name wrong again. I'm sorry for that. He asks, what's your favourite book and/or movie and why? And this is kind of a great question because I can combine the two completely and tell you what my favourite book and movie is all at the same time. And that's of course the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yeah, I'm counting trilogy. You didn't stipulate. Sadly he did because he said book and/or movie. He didn't say books or movie. Anyway, Lord of the Rings trilogy, that's what I'm going with because goddamn I love those books and movies. I just love the story, I love the characters, I love the setting, I love fantasy. It just ticks all the right boxes for me in every shape and form. And our final question the seventh, comes from Mr. Paul Jr. as he asks, apart from Tiny Tasha, who is your favourite LARPing character as part of our club and why? So my favourite LARP character at our club, apart from Tiny Tasha's character of course, because she's my girlfriend and wife in character, and to be fair, she's pretty, like, she'd be a very close second, if not my top fantasy character of all time. But I thought I'd use Aragorn because there's a LARP related question, so that's why. I don't know, this is a really hard question because there's so many awesome characters at my LARP club, it's really difficult to sort of nail one down. But I'm gonna be really cheeky here, Paul, because you've asked it. Yeah, I kind of have to kind of say you. I'm gonna mix it into two here. So I'm gonna tell you my two favourite LARP characters, and that would be, so Paul, your character, Castor, who's a total legend, total amazing guy. Like, if you want anything done, be that stealthy or be that warrior, he's your man, he's your guy, he's your go-to guy, and he will protect you to no end. He's just such a sick character. Paul, I love your character. My second choice or favourite character is of course Minty Lamb's character in my LARP club, which is Tyrell. Love me some Tyrell. I'm not sure we got off on the right foot to begin with, but like as the years have gone by, he's a character that I've grown to highly respect and aspire to be like. my LARP character has aspired to be like him, and he really looks up to him and would follow him anywhere, to the depths of hell if he asked him. So yeah, Tyrell and Castor, my favourite LARP characters at my club. I have pins and needles. Oh, my foot's gone numb. A little nubbin on it. So yes, that is the end of the Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much to everyone who asked questions and got involved, be that via the YouTube comments, the Twitters, the Facebook. We've pretty much got an all good rounded set of questions asked from every sort of medium, which was great, and thank you guys so much for the response. Hope you enjoyed the answers to your questions. Of course, if you guys want me to do another Q&A, ask me questions, or if you didn't get a chance to ask me questions for this Q&A, ask me now in the comments down below, because it would be great if this could become sort of like a regular thing, maybe like a once monthly type of video. That would be really awesome. Literally ask me questions about anything, or if you've got anything on top of those questions that you'd like to ask, or maybe you'd like to sort of know bit more in depth as to why Lord of the Rings is my favourite thing of all time, or what sort of Let's Plays I've got in mind for collaborative future Let's Plays, then, you know, ask in the comments, or what sort of equipment I use, anything. The space is yours, it is open. Ask, because I want to answer questions. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the input and the asking of your questions. I hope you enjoyed my Q&A, and I've been Rob the Undead Gamer, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye! Feed me.